Hello, GSU, and welcome to another episode of TWAG. I'm your host, Charles Clayton, joined by my colleague, Jillian Lee. How's your semester going so far, Jill?
Pretty well. I'm just hoping this weather finally breaks.
Hey, I know what you mean, but it's not stopping us.
That's right. Let's get into the news.
As you may know, April is Sexual Assault Awareness Month. GSU proudly supports this cause by hosting multiple events throughout the month. For a number of events, they will be collaborating with the It's On Us, a non-for-profit organization where they encourage people to recognize, identify, and intervene in sexual assault. They strive to create an environment where sexual assault is unacceptable and survivors are supported. For more information, visit us at itsonus.org. Let's all make a difference together.
While we're on the topic of speaking up, this is a friendly reminder that the YWCA Metropolitan Chicago offers services and resources to help with the healing process after an assault. Participants can feel comfortable because all services are confidential. They offer individual and group counseling for all ages, as well as anonymous phone counseling, help with the police, support during the courtroom process, and many, many more. Their goal is to enlighten racism, empower women, and promote peace and justice and dignity for all. You can contact them on their Rape Crisis Hotline at 888-293-2080 or visit their website at www.ywcachicago.org. If you or somebody you know can benefit from this organization, don't be afraid to share or participate.
With it being the middle of the semester, students can find themselves having a hard time. But not a lot of students know that GSU for You is here to help. It's an organization here on campus designed to connect students to community and campus resources when they are facing personal challenges. They offer a food pantry and clothes, as well as resources related to housing, academic and career assistance, health, wellness, and emotional support. For more information, call 708-235-2845 or email gsu4u@govst.edu. We're here to help, and the door is always open.
Do you have any ideas to make homecoming even better? Student Life is having a homecoming think tank on April 11th at 3 p.m. in room A 2150. All students and staff are welcome to come and share their wonderful ideas. You'll never know, it could make a difference. To participate, you can RSVP on Jaguar Connection, and if you have any questions, feel free to email slco@govst.edu. Let's make this homecoming the best one yet.
GSU is well known to give veterans support with offering opportunities, resources, and celebrations. This past week, we went to find out more about the veterans' resources on campus.
GSU's student population is made up of people with a wide range of backgrounds. One group that is growing rapidly here at GSU are student veterans.
Currently, during this academic year, we have just over 380 military-connected students. That includes veterans, active duty, dependents, and also spouse of active military or retired military. We get involved in the community. Our student veterans, they'll work for the they'll actually participate in some of the Veterans Day parades. They'll work with the American Legions. They'll also work with some of the VFW halls.
GSU is one of only 13 universities to receive a Dialogue on the Experience of War grant given by the National Endowment for Humanities. This grant should be used to connect veteran and non-veteran students to the humanities. Because of that grant, GSU was able to create war memory and commemoration in the humanities.
We recruit a bunch of student veterans and then train them how to read poetry, literature, personal correspondence, historical documents. We're trying to bridge the gap between veterans in general and non-veterans. So people who serve in the military often do so because their parents did, but there's another subset of folks who serve in the military now because it's the only way they think they can make it to college.
My experience with the program was a facilitator role. I led the group discussion on certain topics, seeing the other side of war in a way that I've never saw before. Those that are left behind when you go to war and the effects that they feel while you're there and when you come back. Some of the texts in this war commemoration have kind of opened my eyes to understanding the broader scope of war and who it affects.
Wow, GSU really supports their veterans. In other news, a new paid internship opportunity has risen. The Digital Learning and Media Design Department is offering to work alongside a professional graphic artist. Individuals will have the chance to further their education and experience in print and motion graphics. Learn to create television, sports broadcasting, and other student media production graphics. Applicants must have a basic understanding of motion design and layout, color palettes, and branding. Previous knowledge of Adobe's Creative Suite and 3D design softwares are also necessary. You can earn up to 4 to 6 credits starting this spring. All resume submissions are due on May 1st. For more information, email Amanda Martinez at the information below.
Do you care about the planet? There are many ways to help the environment, like recycling, saving water, and turning off the lights. But you can also play a part by participating in Beautification Day on April 13 from 9 a.m. to 12. The Kappa Delta Phi Honor Society and the Student Education Association will be inviting volunteers to help clean up Smith Park in Chicago Heights for the upcoming spring season. They will be planting various trees, shrubs, flowers, and having many more fun activities. For further questions or to RSVP, contact Amy York at amynet@student.govst.edu. Let's all make the effort to make the world a better place together.
Calling all planners, Student Activity Council has an executive position up for grabs. If you feel like you can continuously brainstorm interesting and unique events, programs, and leadership opportunities to keep the campus lively, then don't be afraid to join. They meet bi-weekly in the Lakeside Lounge from 3 to 4 p.m. If you have any questions, you can contact them at 708-235-7609 or by email at sac@govst.edu.
The time is finally here. Submissions are open for the Chicago Southland International Film Festival. High school, college, and professional filmmakers are welcome. Documentaries or narrative films are being accepted with a time frame of 30 minutes or less. The regular deadline is May 19th with the submission fee of $4 to $20. But if you miss it, there is an extended deadline on June 9th with the submission fee of $8 to $40. Winners will earn the prize of a lifetime. If you want to learn more about the festival, visit www.govst.edu/CSIFF. Don't miss the chance to be a part of this amazing competition.
Coming up after this short break, we'll be covering on what's going on in the arts and culture here at GSU.
A jaguar is fearless. It sees beyond the darkness and moves with silent contemplation. Through unknown places with confidence. It knows the path through chaos, shape-shifting through the hidden sun. And when the time comes, it reaches out and conquers all.
On April 20th, 2019, the Art Department will be hosting their Earth Day Walk at the Nathan Manilow Sculpture Park. With the final weeks of school wrapping up, we encourage students to come on out to release some stress and take a deep breath of fresh air while enjoying the company of others. This event is free and open to the public, so invite fellow classmates, friends, and family. They're going to meet at the D main entrance at GSU at 12 p.m. And the director of the art department, Jeff Stevenson, will guide us on an informal walking tour of key pieces in the collection. Pro tips you might want to consider is to bring a jacket just in case the weather may change, pack a lunch or bring a snack in case you get a little hungry, and last but not least, bring comfortable gym shoes for walking. For more information, email the school's art director at jstevenson@govst.edu. Coming up after this quick break, we'll be talking to a retiring GSU alumni.
Welcome once again to Press Start, the show where we run you through the juiciest news in the gaming world. I'm your disembodied voice of a host, Jim Arnold, and how's about we get started? It seems another retailer is unable to keep unannounced games a secret. Best Buy has appeared to jump the gun and list some possible huge titles for the Nintendo Switch. The supposed leak came from pictures of computer screens showing exactly which games may be coming to the Switch in the near future, from their internal staff-only database. The first game listed is 2017's PlayStation exclusive, Persona 5. For anyone who doesn't know, Persona 5 is a Japanese role-playing game where you play as a Japanese high school student who must keep a part-time job, study, and keep up with your ever-stressful social life. Clearly, the best way to escape from your own stressful life is to pretend you have Japanese teenage stress instead. As ridiculous as this game sounds, it was met with both commercial and critical success. And with the announcement back in early December of Persona 5's protagonist Joker making an appearance in Super Smash Bros., this leak sounds highly probable. The other game that was leaked is the Metroid Prime Trilogy. This collection has been begged for by fans since the Switch first came out in 2017, and even more so when Prime 4 was announced just a few months later. A remaster of the original trilogy seems like a no-brainer, considering Prime 4 has been delayed indefinitely, and two of the last few Metroid games were the Garbage Fire's Other M and Federation Force. I say Metroid fans deserve something to be excited about. These are still just rumors at this moment, but I certainly cannot wait to go back to high school and stress over tests that both don't exist and have no effect on my life. Plus, I can't wait to get back to dating Futaba, because Futaba is bae. I'm your host, Jim Arnold, and this has been Press Start. Godspeed.
Welcome back, guys. Joining me today is Miss Lydia Morrow Ritton, the soon-to-be retired Dean of GSU's library. How do you feel today, Lydia?
I feel awesome. Thank you, Charles.
That's great. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your role here at GSU?
Well, I've been Dean of the Library for about 6 years now, and every day is a little bit different. I've really enjoyed working with the students and trying to meet the needs of the students so that they're successful in their classes. I love working on projects with everybody like this. I like working on Earth Day things. I really love being involved in higher education and just serving our students and helping them achieve their dreams.
Amazing. What made you get into that position?
That's a long story, but I'll try to make it short. All right, so I went to library school. Actually, when I started my bachelor's degrees, 2 weeks into that, I was working towards a business degree. I started working in the library, and I never left. While I was in library school, my professor used to work here at Governor State and said that his wife was going to be leaving to join him in Milwaukee, and her specialty was cereals, right? So when I started here, I managed 24 to 2,600 paper journal subscriptions. I bet none of you here have ever had to deal with the paper subscriptions. You've always had that electronic stuff. So that was my specialty. I came for an interview, and I started 6 weeks later, and been here 30 years.
Amazing. Well, how has the library changed since you've become dean here at GSU?
Well, when I started here, like I say, we had all paper subscriptions. We had a card catalog. You had to look up everything manually. We had paper indexes. And we had one computer in the room that we all had to share. And there were 45 employees, and we're down to about 16 or 18.
Okay.
So it's changed a lot.
I see.
We've had a couple of facelifts, and that's the major changes.
Okay. Well, I know that you are retiring soon, so I just want to say congratulations on that from the whole student and faculty body here to you. And since you are leaving, do you feel like you've accomplished everything that you wanted to while you've been the dean over the library?
Oh, no, never. Never. Things are always changing, and so are the needs of our students. And So if I've always invited students to come see me, if there's ever anything that we can do to make you more successful, or some resources that you need, or some workshops that you need, you come see me. But things are constantly changing. We'll never be able to keep up with everything I wanted to do. But I've got a busy next 3 months ahead of me.
So what are your future hopes for the library? Where do you hope to see it evolve into?
I just want to see it remain a 21st century library and look towards the future. And I would love to see more students active and working in there. And there's a statistic out there that I'll share with you. The students that use the library more are much more successful and more likely to stay in school. So share that with your friends. One of the best investments you can make is to meet somebody that works in the library and become friends with them. They will help you through your entire career. They will help you with the resources, in addition to the other resources that we have on campus about writing resumes, where to look for jobs, where to look for the job outlooks, how to write those things. And we've also got writing center people in the library. So I see lots more collaboration and just serving our students the best we can.
I got a personal question for you.
Yeah.
What was the sign that you received that was like, hey, it's time for me to step aside and retire?
I've put in 30 years. I've seen a lot. I've gone through a lot. Well, there's a couple of personal factors involved with family, and I think it's just somebody else's turn to take them to the next step.
Okay. Anything exciting planned for your
You
retirement?
bet.
Oh, what you got planned first? What's
You
first
bet.
on the list?
Okay, so first I want the party to end all parties. All right, I've invested 30 years here, my entire professional career, and more than half my life. So I want them to say 20 years from now, you remember that librarian that left? I want them to say, I don't remember her name, but I remember the party, okay?
Yeah.
So my husband and I, we don't have children, but our kids have wheels. So we spend a lot of time traveling and going to car shows, and we've got car friends all over the country. So we want to see some other parts of the country, visit with our friends, and that's kind of it.
Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. Make sure you send us some postcards.
Okay.
What will you miss most about the university?
The people. I love the people here. I love the students. I love the relationships that have been built. I loved being a part of, I came in GSU's 20th year. I was fortunate enough to work with many of the founders of this institution, and the foundation that they built it on. So I loved being a part of that, and I love being here for GSU's 50th. So I just think it's time.
Are there any faculty or staff members that you think you'll miss or you want to say goodbye to?
Okay, I don't want to get in trouble with anybody, but I say I miss everybody, because I think just about we touch the lives of everybody that walks through the door, and hopefully we've made a difference in their lives and their scholarship and their progress towards reaching their degrees and the success that they have in the future.
Okay. Well, you haven't left us yet. Are you sure you don't want to stay any longer?
I've already turned in my letter.
I hear that. Well, hey, we hope you'll have a wonderful retirement, Lydia, and thank you for joining us today. Unfortunately, that's all the time that we have for this week's edition of TWAG. From all of us here at GSU, thank you for watching, and you have just been twagged.